Garrett Wilson needs a Robin to his Batman. Keenan Allen has entered the octagon. We talk about it. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm gonna lose my gosh darn bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show every gosh darn day at 7:30 in the morning, baby. I appreciate you wherever you're watching. We stream live on my Facebook page at BoyGreen25, Twitter at BoyGreen25, and YouTube, well, you guessed it, at BoyGreen25. We're also available wherever you get your podcasts if you prefer the audio-only version. We will get into Keenan Allen. Shout out to our guy, Luca, who put this, a loyal member to the Boy Green Coffee Club, who put this story on my radar. And obviously this one's for Scotty out in our audience, who has been waiting for this, baby. He's been waiting for a Jets Keenan Allen show. And you've got it, buddy. You've got it. But I want to start off the show real quick. Everyone knows we're doing the Boy Green Tailgate Spectacular for Week 5, the New York Jets versus Dallas Cowboys game, where you get to watch the game with me and also get to tailgate with me, and it's going to be a good time. Anyone that has already submitted interest, because we have a Google Docs sheet in the YouTube description down below, we've obviously had it for weeks. If you expressed interest and you put your email in there and all your information, I have already reached out. So make sure you check your inbox, check your spam box, because I see several people in our coffee club right now that signed up for interest but have not responded. So I gave you guys updates on the pricing and whether or not you're still interested. So everybody on that list, make sure that you are checking your email and your spam and anything and everything else. Like, for instance, let me see a couple of people here, like Emmanuel. I see you here in the comment section. You're someone that has not responded to the email yet. There's a couple others in here too. So, guys, just make sure you check your emails. Get back to me, because the Jets are going to be looking for the moolah ASAP. So please, please, please make sure you guys check your email. You guys should already have something. If you don't and you believe there's some issue that you put the wrong email in or something, reach out to me ASAP, and we'll make sure we get that all squared away. Shout out to my pop, who's here in the chat. He's live in Romania right now. Massive time zone difference. Again, he had his birthday yesterday. That was very nice. Shout out. Let's go. So, again, I see a few people are going to go check their emails. Excellent. You guys can reach out to me, and obviously after the show and after I get to the radio show, I'll be reaching out to you today, either during my radio show or during the early afternoon hours. I will get back to you when you guys respond, so just keep that in mind. All right, now let's get into it, baby. Like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. Also, make it rain from the high heavens with memberships and super chats, and join the Boy Green Coffee Club in the YouTube description down below. My boy Justin Mello of the Draft Network connected Keenan Allen to the New York Jets. And he said the Jets should sign Keenan Allen and add him to the rotation. Before we get to what my boy Mello said, let's get to the particulars on Keenan Allen. He is 33 years of age. He just turned 33 a month ago. He's 6'2", 211 pounds, former Cal product, a third-round pick back in 2013. He spent the first decade of his career with the San Diego, then LA Chargers, and this past season was on the Chicago Bears. He's a 6-time Pro Bowler. The numbers are incredible throughout his career. I mean, they're stunning. He has 974 catches, over 11,000 receiving yards, and 66 touchdowns. Again, just a mere 26 catches from joining the 1,000 reception club, a very elite group in NFL history. This guy is a phenomenal route runner. But he is still a free agent because, quite frankly, he's getting older. And people are looking at some of those wide receivers sideways. Amari Cooper, still a free agent. So, Keenan Allen is an interesting cat, and he's been wildly productive. He's been one of the most productive receivers in the National Football League since 2017. Here are those numbers: 1,300 yards, 1,200 yards, 1,200 yards, just under 1,000 yards, 1,100 yards, 750 yards, 1,200 yards, 750 yards. He's had at least 700 plus yards in, it looks like, 10 of his 11 seasons. The only time he didn't was 2016. He was injured that year. Outside of that year, he's had 700 receiving yards every year of his career. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Also, he's been a touchdown scorer. Outside of that injured year I talked about, he's had 4+ touchdowns in every season of his career. And the reception numbers have been incredibly high. Since 2017, he's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 100+ reception seasons. Incredible. For context, the Jets have 2 100+ reception seasons in their history. Brandon Marshall, 109, and Garrett Wilson this past season. So Keenan, gosh darn Allen, very talented player. Now, when he got traded to Bears. He got traded to the Bears last year. He was in the last year of his deal. They play it all out, and they ends up being a free agent this offseason. Now, according to all the experts on Spot Track, there's a market value tab. Basically, what they project, if Keenan Allen was all of a sudden a free agent, what would he be worth? And Spot Track projected him to sign a 2-year deal for $22 million and $11.1 million per year average. And there's another projection I'll get to in just a second. I'm just going to be straight up. He ain't getting that. He ain't getting that. And Scotty said Keenan Allen's agents got the memo, which led to the show. That's probably true. That's probably true. But he ain't getting that kind of money at this point. Keenan Allen's best shot, to me, if he signs with any team, Jets or anybody, is a 1-year deal with upside. Like this said, a 2-year deal for $22 million, $11 million per year average. Maybe it's a 1-year deal for like $4 or $5 million, and incentives could get you up to 10 or 11. Maybe, the agents could get there, but straight up guaranteed money, in between $3 and $5 million of absolute guaranteed money. Now, PFF was even richer than that in their projections. They thought he'd sign a 2-year deal for $12.5 million, $25 million total, $13 million guaranteed. And again, I repeat, he ain't getting that. Not here on May 23rd or later, as it will be. As you look through this little bio here, PFF put this up on Keenan Allen's profile page. They talked about Allen being able to serve as a mentor. He led the team with 7 touchdown receptions this past season. Said he looked a tad slower this year and had a handful of uncharacteristic drops and unforced errors this past season, which were unusual. And some people are attributing that to the injury. So I guess that's up for you to decide out there in the universe. Or we go back to the Amari Cooper thing, or is there some sign of a drop-off? Which, again, would be up to interpretation. Now, I'll tell you this. Putting Keenan Allen aside for a second. Put him aside for a second. So I've been watching the Jets OTA highlights, right? Justin Fields to this guy. Justin Fields to this guy. And then when I've seen some of these highlights, I've asked myself, like, for instance, Justin Fields threw a ball to Josh Reynolds, like yesterday, the day before. And I went, wide receiver 2, Josh Reynolds? Maybe? I'm going to be honest. It didn't make me feel great about it. But I went, maybe. And then, he'd throw a ball to, Al Lazard. I'm like, wide receiver 2? Here's the fact of the matter. We all, for the most, I don't know if I've met one person who has not questioned this. We don't think there's a wide receiver 2 on this team. Now, by virtue, there's going to be a literal wide receiver 2 by default. But the options aren't great. Unless someone, again, which happens all the time, so I'm trying to stay positive. It happens all the time that a wide receiver, we have expectations here, and then all of a sudden, they get exceeded. Wow, we didn't think that was going to happen. Boom, that's our wide receiver 2. It's Arian Smith. It's Malachi Corley. It's Tyler Johnson. It's Josh Reynolds. It's Al Lazard. It's Xavier Gibson. No, that's not happening. But come on, you get my point. That maybe we get a surprise, and that's what Aaron Glen's talking about. He's like, I don't need to be signing me a wide receiver. We got wide receivers. Or that the thing other people said, man, we're going to run the ball all the time. We don't need another wide receiver. Maybe. We'll see. But Keenan Allen would be a fun ad. Again, he's older. You got to factor that in. And by the way, I'll tell you this, right? So we've been making jokes. I'll have to tweet out that clip today. We've been making jokes that Aaron Glenn hates old people. And that might be true. But when I think it was Rich Cimini who asked him at his press conference a couple of days ago, said, hey, this youth movement thing, he says you have 4 players on the team that are 30 or over on this roster. Was that intentional? Blah, blah, blah. And Aaron Glenn has been asked that question before, and he sort of went through the same answer. And then he said, hey, man, I just want to make this clear. If there's a player that can help this football team that's over 30, so be it. They can join the team. He said that this offseason, it just so happened as they were making moves, those players happened to be younger. So he seemed to be open to an older addition, a cougar, joining the wide receiver room. So I said, oh. So I'll have to, like I said, I'll have to put that video out. I got that saved in the phone. I haven't tweeted it out yet, but that will go good with the story because I'll write a story about this Keenan Allen thing too for Heavy on Jets today. But could be another thing to keep an eye for. Gucci Finesse says, who is the Commanders wide receiver to? Let's take a gander. I don't know if we've looked this up before, but Washington Commanders stats. Who is behind Scary Terry? Who was it for the Commanders last year? Let's see. We might have looked this up before, but Zach Ertz, apparently. Or Zacchaeus, the former Falcon. Or to your point, the point is that there is no clear and obvious guy. Maybe that's the answer to the question. Could be. Yeah. It doesn't appear, if tight ends don't count, then maybe they just didn't have a clear wide receiver too. So that could be a good point, Gucci Finesse. That's a good point. So, yeah. Allen says, I saw a pick yesterday of Golden and Williams in Green Bay. So the answer to your question is there is a logjam. Yeah, in Green Bay, we brought that one up before. That's possible. Troy Sturgis says, do we have to have a name? Why not coach up the young kids? Should have learned our lesson with old Rodgers, so keep it young. That's true, and there's a compelling case for that, Troy. I will also point to Exhibit B and C with my laser pointer of some of those 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 Jets wide receivers where you looked at that room and went, oh boy. And the Jets probably tried to champion the same thing you're saying. Hey, man, give us a chance to develop. And we're like, good boy, like this group. Greg Salas, and I don't even know the groups that were there. Not good. That's what I'll tell you. So sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Gucci's like, hey, Washington was a wide receiver 2 by committee, which I have not really heard that term for wide receivers before, but that works. Allen says, I'm waiting for a legitimate interior defensive line 1 to be signed, and there aren't any out there. So unless they get creative, I don't see that being a possibility. Gucci Finesse says, Reynolds, Malachi, and Lazard are good number 2s. As a group, maybe. Any of them individually, I don't think so. But, hey, that's why we play the games, right? That's just my opinion. Yeah, I would agree that there's some maturity issues there for Malachi. Maybe he's cleaned it up. We'll see. Jets Worldwide. I'm not keen on Allen. Well done. Jets Worldwide. Make sure you subscribe to their YouTube channel. Sure. Jojo says Keenan is finished, which, again, could be possible. Could be possible. Last year could be an indication of that, of him doing uncharacteristic things. Philly Noodles says, it's a waste. We need players to buy into blocking, running, gunning hard every play. He wants a ring, send him to KC. Sorry. I'm sure the Chargers would really appreciate seeing that in the division again. Red alert, my pop says. That's a Lazard contract. No, thank you. There you go. Shout out to Scotty. Apparently, the agents responded to his emails. It's good to know. Troy Sturgis says DJ Moore. Yeah, I brought it up yesterday. I would love DJ Moore. If he could shake free, that's a move. That's a move to make, baby, for sure. I'd be very intrigued. Very, very intrigued. by my boy DJ Moore. Wicka wicka. DJ. Nick M. What have I heard about Corley? Well, here's the things I've heard. Here's what I've heard about Corley. Last year, obviously, immaturity issues that had some, rubs with the coaching staff, which was not great. And now it's a brand new coaching staff. Corley changed his number. Now, I don't know how I feel about receivers with the number 6, but I will tell you this about receivers with the number 6. That's a great place to be, and here's why. You look in the Jets locker room, Malachi Corley is to the right of Garrett Wilson and the left of Justin Fields. If you're Malachi Corley, that's a great place to be. You learn from the best wide receiver on the team, yeah, and then you learn and get comfortable with the quarterback, yeah. That's a great way to work yourself into the conversation. So whatever I heard about Corley, it's early, obviously, but he's working himself into the rotation. And the same thing I said about, I don't know if I've done this on a show yet. Maybe Peyton Page. We'll try to get him on the show, actually. He followed me on Twitter the other day. So we'll try to see if we can get Peyton Page on the show. For those that don't know, that's one of the undrafted free agents the Jets signed at defensive tackle out of Clemson. Really interesting story. We'll get to that another time. But the reason I bring him up is the Jets didn't draft, a defensive tackle in the draft. There was 30 of them that got drafted. Jets didn't grab one. And you could say, geez, like Allen, boy, they just got to pick up one of those defensive tackles, or maybe not. If you're one of these other cats, Peyton Page in the room, you're like, this is my op. They didn't draft anybody, so I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity. And there's green grass on the field. I'm going to take advantage of it. Let's go to Corley, Nick M. Right? They didn't make any significant additions to the wide receiver room. Corley's like, sweet, now's my chance to prove it. So, yeah, I think Corley's going to have an op. It's up to him to see what he does with it. Because if he can't do it with this group, in terms of lack of competition, if he can't overcome that obstacle, then I'm not sure if he'll ever overcome the obstacle for the Jets. Our guy J-Boy says, BG, I'll email you later. Surgery in late August, trying to get dates together. Okay, understood. Thank you, J-Boy. Thank you for the note. That's good to see and try to understand where everyone is. Pop with a not often used reference. This wide receiver room is like Rudolph in the Charlie in a box. Who wants a Charlie in a box? The island of misfit toys. Well done, Hop on Pop. Well done. Yeah. All of this island of misfit toy creatures. Let me look at who they all are. Toys. Characters. Okay, here they all are. All right. The island of misfit toys. Which, let's see, who else do we got here? Who's in this group of the windup of misfit toys? I thought that would come easier. Oh yeah, I think here it is. Here we go. Yeah, here's everybody. I think we did this a while back for somebody. Got a dolly for Sue, a spotted elephant, a cowboy who rides an ostrich, a train with square wheels on his caboose, a scooter for Jimmy, a bird that swims, a water pistol that squirts out jelly, a boat that can't stay afloat, a winged bear, an airplane that can't fly, a wind-up mouse, and a set of nesting clown dolls, 2 tin soldiers, a blue race car, a pink fire truck. You know, some of these things. A push-up toy cat. The island of misfit toys. And that could be one way to describe the Jets' wide receiver room. But, hey, at the end of the day, the misfit toys all found kids. So, maybe Baron Glenn will help find kids. But I'm not really sure how all that connects. But nonetheless, I respect that, Hop on Pop. Way to go. Yeah, sure. Mark Sachetti. They will scour the waiver wires at the appropriate time. I'm sure they've identified potential wideouts. That's true. Again, that's the job of that scouting staff, the professional side, the pro side, pro personnel side, is to say, hey, if this receiver drops on this team, we're all over it. It could be, hey, they found Quincy Williams that way at linebacker, and he became a first-team All-Pro. Now, that's a high bar to set, but they were able to discover that. So, yeah, that's why you constantly are doing your homework on the other teams in the league. Oh, Pop. Oh, Pop, the forever villain on Boy Green Daily. He says, it's been a busy week. He's in Romania with a large time difference. When is the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals? Hey-o. Oh, that's not nice, Pop. That's not nice. Game 1, as you know, was a couple days ago. We have Game 2 tonight. That's not very nice. Anywho, that's neither here nor there, I guess. Taylor Sterling says, my Clemson buddies are high on Paige. Yeah, Paige actually has a phenomenal story. So, yeah, like I said, we'll either do it for a full show or hopefully we just get Paige on the show himself. He was interacting with me on social media, so hopefully we get him on the program. I love to talk to a couple of our undrafted free agents when they're available. Obviously, we got OTAs right now. That'd be cool. Boy Green said, I heard that they were looking for experienced martial artists for wide receiver in the locker room, and I believe you have a highlight reel. Hi-ya! All right, I'll play one. Actually, let's see. I don't know if I can get that fast enough, but yeah, let's see. We'll do it over here. Yeah, I think I could get it on my TikTok real quick. All right, here we go. We'll get one of these in here for you because I know Philly Noodles loves these. So let's here we go. Let's jump over to my TikTok at BoyGreen25. Sure, why not? All right, let's jump in. Here you go. Here's some action here. Booyah! There we go. Nice. Thank you, Philly Noodles. Yes. Booyah. Booyah! Boom shakalaka. Boy Noodles loves those. I've got a couple more in the drafts. We'll send those out in due time. Yes. Yes. There we go. Okay. Whoa, mamacita. I got to this late, but J-Boy with a 20-pack of Boy Green Coffee Club memberships. Zooey mama. 5 memberships or more, we get some additional action and hit them with the Icky Shuffle, baby.
Number 44.
Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
200 raffle tickets this month for J-Boy. Good Lord have mercy. He has been kicking ass and taking names. The next closest is for Lily and Big D with 73 raffle tickets. Wow. Way to do it, J-Boy. Wow, 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 wow. All right, let's read the 20 new members to the gosh darn Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. Let's bleep and roll here. Shout out to our guy J-Boy. Dollar Bills. Oh, a Buffalo Bills fan in here. Why not? Bigfoot Loch Ness. Donovan Morgan. Kickin' Pickles. Cognitive Dissonance. Enoch Forte. Mario Correa. Alex, JT, David Perry, Franco Agostini, Team Curry, Aaron Daniels, Farouk, Dino, Pat Rudy, Aston Langley, welcome back, Robert Heenan, KG131, and DP Cupabrera. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Baby! Way to go, J-Boy. Way to keep them and knock them down. Here is what you guys are competing for. Throw it up on the screen, baby. These 2 items, a New York Jets commemorative game coin, a full-size New York Jets signature football. Both of these items, okay, both of them are up for grabs. They will be handed to a person on June 1st. I guess technically not June 1st with our postal system, but we will identify who's going to be winning these prizes on June 1st, and I will immediately ship them out. So you guys can continue to spend $2.99 on this channel. That will give you an opportunity to win these prizes. You can join the Boy Green Coffee Club. That's a pinned comment right now on youtube.com/BoyGreen25. That's our YouTube membership group. It's a cool way for you guys to support the show. You can gift channel memberships. J-Boy just did it with a 20-pack. You can gift as many as you'd like. If you're watching on YouTube, hit the money sign. Final option, gift channel memberships. You can, again, gift as many as you'd like. You get a raffle ticket per every membership you gift. Or super chats. Again, it's $2.99 per. So if you just send combinations of super chats throughout the month of May, that add up to $2.99 or multiples of $2.99, you'll continue to get raffle tickets. I highly recommend everyone at least gives $2.99 somewhere during the month because you want a chance. While J-Boy has the most raffle tickets and thus the greatest odds of winning this month's raffle, it does not guarantee that he will win the raffle. But he's got a pretty good shot. I won't lie. So salute to J-Boy, baby. Booyah! 20-pack of memberships. Let's friggin' go. Let's keep it raining from the high heavens, baby. Yes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jets are going to kick some butt, Emmanuel says, this year. Yeah, let's see it. Allen says, I have absolutely no confidence in Malachi Corley. Interested to see the week 1 versus Pitt battle of 2024 third-round wide receivers. Corley versus Roman Wilson. I trust the Michigan kid more. I don't know why you would. They are at the same point as far as I'm concerned. Roman Wilson was injured all last year, didn't play at all. And then Corley didn't play at all either. So to me, they're at the same level for regardless of the reason. At least Corley wasn't hurt. So that should help. But I like Roman coming out of college, but he got seriously hurt last year and was out for the full season. So I don't know what we have there. And some people believe that. Let me highlight this comment. Who do we got here? Tony Alexio says he believes Nathaniel Hackett neutered Malachi Corley, which made him irrelevant. That could totally be possible. Maybe it's not just lack of skills or something of that nature. It was just the incompetence of Hackett, which, by the way, totally legitimate reason if that's true. Yeah. I see that my pop is getting into it with Knicks fans as they're talking about all things playoffs related.
Playoffs? Are you talking about the playoffs?
That he is. The one that the Celtics are no longer in. Ooh. But the Knicks are. And they play tonight, game 2. Mark Shassetti says, hey, Pop, do you have Romanian tenderloins in Romania? I'm not sure the delicacy of choice for Romania. That's beyond my pay grade, but maybe Pop will give us that answer for that. J-Boy requesting a special video package. Hey, you can do that when you gift 20 memberships here on the show. Come on, hit it with him, AG.
Here's what I do know. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Sure are, Coach. Sure are. Love it. Absolutely love it. And my pop with a request himself saying you can't handle the truth, which is an important piece of any puzzle. Sure.
You can't handle the truth.
Shout out to you, Grandpa. Love you, pal. God rest. Thinking about you all the time. Tony to GM. Jets are not bringing in an older receiver. It's obvious. They are building with the draft and evaluating the roster. It could be true, Tony. You've been true so far. No veteran to be added here. Outside Reynolds, obviously he's a veteran. He's 30. Pig knuckle is one of the Romanian delicacies. Oh, what the? Oh, God. That's disgusting. Gross. Well, we have 300 people in the room. What an eventful program it's been so far. Like the video, hit subscribe if you're watching on the YouTube, baby. Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Why don't we do this? We're going to open up the phone lines here in the program. Before we do, again, another reminder. If you guys expressed interest in the Boy Green Tailgate, you signed up on the doc sheet, put your first and last name, said how many tickets you wanted, all that jazz, and left your email. You should have already received an email yesterday from me saying, hey, everybody, here are the details. Are you in or are you out? So, again, if you did not receive that email, you should reach out to me ASAP or check your spam immediately because, again, folks, this is going to be moving and grooving very quickly. I don't want you to get left behind at the station. We need to move and groove and confirm everyone that's going and everyone that's not going. Again, this is the Jets Tailgate. Myself, James Woody, my pop. There's going to be a lot of people there. Week 5, New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys, Sunday, October 5th. The game's at 1 o'clock, but we have to get the money to the New York Jets in the next 2 weeks-ish. So, again, this thing, like I said, is moving very quickly. If you have interest and you didn't sign up until just now and you're just hearing about it, you guys can still sign up in the Google Doc sheet down below. If you already signed up, you have not heard from me, reach out to me ASAP. I'm on all social media, at BoyGreen25, BOY, Green the Color 25 on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. There's a million ways to reach out to me, or just plain old email. That is Paul, Paul, the letter, my last name, which is Esden, ESDENJR at gmail.com. So if you did not receive an email, please reach out to me because I saw a few people had their emails wrong on the Excel sheet. When I went to send it, they said that email does not exist. And I'm like, oh boy, because I was just copying and pasting emails. Some of them I was able to figure out there was a clear typo or mistake. But again, folks, make sure you don't miss out. That is my message to each and every one of you. Quick hep timeout. More coming up. Boy Green Daily continues after this.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets. Let's go.
Let's go. The phone lines are open. That is youtube.com/boygreen25. If you'd like to call into today's show, feel free to do so. If you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, thanks. Appreciate it. Appreciate wherever you're singing the Boy Green Daily Gospel to all our fellowship out there in the audience as we provide our sermons on a day-to-day basis on all things green and white. Turn to page 42. We're here for the call-in lines, people, and we're trying to spread all the Jets love that we possibly can. So, again, keep all your comments and everything else flowing, and as my pop says, get your friggin' tickets in, baby. So please do as well. Also, Vinny Luciano says, what happened to June the GM? No friggin' clue. He's been MIA for some time. I have no idea. But June the GM, if you're out there, we're thinking about you, buddy. Feel free to call back in and get back involved. He was going to be at the tailgate, and then he dropped off the face of the earth. So hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he's okay. All right, let's do it. Let's get to the phone lines, baby. And Hep kicks us off. What's up, Hep?
Hey, Paul. Hey, fellas. My Mrs. Hep is working on getting you that other 20 now.
That's okay, but awesome. So I can't wait. Yeah, so I guess let me throw that out into the universe just in case. So people, you guys, when I reach out to you and say, hey, you wanted one ticket, you wanted this many tickets, it's this much, and you go, sure, how do I get it to you? I'm like, hey, you can do it in all these 20,000 different ways. If you do choose to use it as a PayPal, as an example, make sure you guys send it as friends and family. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, then just make sure you give more than what you have to make up the difference of the fee, because the fee is taking it out of the money I'm supposed to give to the Jets. And if I tell the Jets, well, it was a friends and fee, there was a fee, so like that, this is that, I don't think they're going to understand. So make sure that if you just do that, that you just correct it. Again, it's my fault. I should have explained that. So for anyone that does use the fee because it's friends and family or a charged fee, like it's a service that I'm providing, just make sure that you make up the difference. I'm totally fine if you feel more comfortable doing it that second way I just said. Just make sure, though, that you give whatever the fee is going to be, because like I said, or that'll take it out of the total. So yes, I'm very much looking forward to it. Let's ride, baby. So we'll figure all that out. No worries. I can't wait to meet you and the wifey.
Yeah, it should be good. My son and my grandson were going to come too, but I don't know. We still got a couple of days. I'll try to get him into.
Okay.
I'll see what's going on with that.
Sure, that'd be cool.
When you got your little guys coming there. What are you going to do?
I know.
Yeah, it's going to be. What's going to happen when they get tired
Well, for the money we're paying for these tickets, you better wake up, children, because because that's the thing, right? Because like it's that fine line. For people who don't know, because people may have the same questions that you, me, and others may have. It, to me, from what I understand, it's not even an age thing; it's a literal size thing. I think you have to be like under 36 inches, 40 inches, whatever it is. So make sure you guys check that, and obviously that game is still 5 months away, so hope your kids don't grow. So give them whatever the opposite of growing stuff is for this time to see if you can make up the difference. But they have rules on there, and if your children are under a certain height, they can just sit on your lap and you save a bunch of money. So if you can save on Jets tickets, God bless. I highly support it out there. But I know for my daughter, as much as I'm going to shove her head down, I don't think that's going to change the height possibilities there. So I'm buying a ticket for her. But yeah, with how much we're spending, you better stay up, children. It's the Jets, baby. Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, if I wait a couple more years, I might fit underneath that 30 inch. I might be
it goes back the other way. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to the Jet. As far as the second, getting a high profile second receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really right now, if that's really a priority.
Right.
I think as far as Fields' game is concerned, his real strength is that first read, quick trigger, boom, pull it. His weakness is kind of reading the defense and then throwing to that second guy. Hopefully that's what they're going to work on this year.
Right.
And if they start to double team Garrett Wilson, then we start, going long, throw the deep ball and underneath. I think he's going to use the tight end as the security blanket. That
Yeah.
seems to be his MO. And I think we'll be good. I don't want to really get some guy that's on the end, like
Back
an
end.
older
I gotcha.
player.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a good. He's really starting to try this chemistry. I really believe in Glenn. He's got it. He really reminds me a lot of Parcells a lot of times. Do you get that vibe from him?
I absolutely do. And to be honest, if we get anything that is close to that, his no nonsense, his accountability, it's almost like his aura. It's hard
Yeah.
to describe. There's like a mana spirit about him that is like an infectious thing that people just seem to obviously be buying into. And Bill Parcells turned the worst of the code tight,
Oh, that
man,
was the worst. Yeah.
like thing that did not work out, and he was able to transform it around. Where in
Yeah.
4 years we're in the AFC Championship game. I mean, so yeah, if he get and I love again. That's the other cool part I think for a lot of us when AG said his introductory press conference and he turns back the time machine and is able to relate to every Jets fan on the planet when he's like that Jets Broncos AFC Championship game is walking through it. And he says that's in my mind all the time. I'm like, damn, okay, like he's speaking to us. We can feel what he's talking about, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, so I do get those vibes. Of course, AG's been straight up that everything's peaches and cream right now. We've faced zero adversity. So the real test will be when we face adversity, which I agree with because a lot of people are cool with the Aaron Glenn, like, we're built for this shit and everything he's saying. But once a loss happens, how does he adapt his messaging and what it looks like? That'll be an important piece of the puzzle.
I think so too, but I think he can handle it. I mean, look what happened with the Detroit last year with all those injuries.
Yeah.
So
That's
I think
true, 100%.
Yeah.
That was Matt. Come on, what kind of other? He should. To your, that's 100% right, Hep. He would know adversity better than anyone, based on he signed Jamal Adams off the street and said Jamal told that story on the Jet Lounge that he joined for like 2 hours. He said he was called in on a Monday morning. He signed his contract. An hour and a half later, he was at the Lions facilities cramming for a Thursday night football game, which was his first game as a Lion. And Aaron Glenn was just trying to teach him in 2.5 days. And I'm like, what in the world? And he started that game. And I'm like, Jesus. So yeah, in terms of adversity, he should be used to that.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it, Hep. Thanks for the call, brother. And yeah, so Hep is all accounted for. Hep and his wife are going to be coming. That's great. And whoever else. Now, A-Step10 is asking, what's the price on tickets? So here it is. It's a bundle deal, everybody. And here it is for those who don't know. And A-Step10, by the way, you're another person I reach out to via email. Make sure you check out your email. It says it's $300 a person. And here's what you get for that $300. You get your Jets ticket. We're going to have awesome seats. I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. You're going to get a Jets tailgate ticket. That's food and drink, everything included. Shout out to our guy, Chef Kevin Gilbert. He's going to be catering it for a tailgate and a T-shirt to commemorate the event, a cool Jets Cowboys T-shirt. So you get the shirt, you get the tailgate ticket, food and drink. It's going to be awesome before the game, and then the ticket for the game. So it's $300 per person. Here's the additional charge that's not included in the $300. It's up to you guys. A parking pass. Because I gave a deposit to the Jets, are hooking me up with the cheapest possible parking pass price. It's $45 gold, and you guys can take that or not. You don't have to. If you, a few people I heard have told me they're taking some train over or something. I don't know. That's above my pay grade. I'm over here in Oswego, New York, for God's sakes, so I got to take a car. But for those people that have other creative Ubers and other ways to get there, then obviously you don't need that. So it is $300 a head. And there you go. So hopefully a lot of you are able to come. You're going to love the seats. It's going to be an awesome time. I can't wait for the experience. So it's going to be friggin' cool. And again, I reach out to everyone on the sign-up sheet. You should have already had an email from me yesterday. If you do not, again, reach out ASAP. Pop saying, Boy Green almost got his ticket for free based on height. Hey now. Oh, ha, ha, ha. Yes, well, we'll get the measuring stick out, Pop. Bastard. Well, he'll be on the show tomorrow from Romania. Great. Just grand. Just phenomenal. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here on the program and try to jump out of that as much as I can. A cup of Philly noodles here on a Friday morning in his normal spot. What's up, Philly?
Yes, sir. The Philly Noodle Friday. Hey,
Yeah, that's right, baby. Yeah.
EG, I saw that kick, right? That's some ladder you're climbing up there. I think you can catch a little post, a little quick in or something. You
That's
know
what
what I
I'm
mean?
telling you. Yeah, and then give him the
And
alley boom and hit
all
him with
right.
it. So yeah,
We're not
height.
worried about the height. You know what I
Nah,
mean? You get it done.
that's true.
So
There you go.
yeah,
Appreciate
you're
you.
over 36 inches. You're getting in the game. We're
There
good.
we go, baby.
You know what I mean?
Good to know. Yeah.
All right. So a few things real quick.
Sure.
First off, I think Keenan Allen would be a mistake, right? Because the generating some buzz. Sure, that's well and dandy. I think Glenn and company can handle that. It's just
Mhm.
you're looking at a guy who's looking for a ring, right? I mean, we know that we want to win. We need to be competitive, and it's been stated by them. But
Of course.
you bring in a guy who is he going to go out there and block a linebacker in the middle of his twilight? I really don't think so. I'm sure he might even half-ass do it, and then there goes the play, and then he sits down, and he's disgruntled, and he's saying, trade me, right? So let's just avoid that train now from the jump. So a few things here.
Yeah.
I saw Tony GM saying something about Fields isn't an option. Newsflash, we hired him a few months ago. He's on the team, and he's a starting quarterback. So we passed.
Okay.
He's not
That's
an
news
option.
to me, but that's good. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Okay. How did
Justin
you pronounce
Fields.
his name? Justin Fields.
Justin
Okay.
Fields.
I'll keep an eye out for that guy.
Yeah, that guy. Look
All right.
out. Yeah, good contract too.
Oh,
can get
nice.
out of it. It's crazy.
Oh, great.
So there's that. Two, I saw a stat that NFL dropped yesterday where they had Tittman production from a 7% QB pressure rate that dropped last season to 4.5, which was only second best and bested by Elijah Tucker last year at 4.2.
Wow.
Which is a majority that is higher than the Steelers center last year. So Tittman, with a great season, will actually start to give us traces of Mangold. So
Damn. Sign me
so
up.
people need to be aware that Tittman's progression is key in this situation here. And that's why they got Josh Myers, just in case he does have some issues. So I can understand everything going on. The line is crucial. I think it'll pop off. I think, we're going to be running and gunning. And probably last of all here, I want to touch on, we're talking about wide receivers.
Yes.
I feel no matter what anybody thinks, if we're going to go spend and you want to spend picks and players and move things, how about if you get rid of Corley to grab a pick and then you go spend some money, spend some pick for next year? Because I don't think, the Corley situation, we'll see what happens. If they're going to get calls from him, I don't think they're not going to take him. But someone needs to, in the NFL, go ahead and call the Packers. They are overloaded with receivers.
100%.
Period, end of story. And we don't know if it's going to be Dobbs with his mental issue last year, whatever happened, whether, or Matthew Golden coming in, taking in some more receptions out of Jalen Reed's hand. We don't know.
I forget about Jaden Reed, too, because you have Jaden Reed, you have Christian Watson, you have Romeo Dobbs. They drafted 2 guys this year in Golden and Savion Williams. So those guys aren't going anywhere. Like, man, that shit is deep.
And Dontavian Wicks.
Dontavian Wicks. That's unbelievable.
So
you got to rate that coffer.
Have to tap that root. Somebody's going to tap it. And honestly, I think the Broncos will be a team that'll tap that root. I think Kansas City would tap that root. Anybody who needs that, needs that. You could even see the Chargers maybe tapping that route. Somebody's going to, because they've been drafting Golden first round means he's playing. He's going to get significant time. So somebody's going to be the odd man out. Dontavian Wicks, I bet, could be had for a 5th round pick. Just because. But the kid is good.
Sign me up. Yeah, that'd be great.
Right? 4th, 5th round pick. Or you even move Corley to exchange an extra pick, get it back from someone else. But, and I was high on Corley, but it is what it is. Something's gonna give. I think I would tap the route to the Packers. I thought somebody had spoke about it, you or somebody recently.
Yeah, we did a little while back. Back, and brought it up. But let's do it.
Yeah. So hey, look at that tree, shake that, and see what comes off of it.
Beautiful. Thanks, Philly Noodles. Okay, every Friday, baby. He is all reliable. By the way, I got this from the Jets, people. So pull out your rulers for your children. Here it is. Okay, this is straight from the Jets website. Children up to 34 inches in height may enter MetLife Stadium free of charge, but must share a seat with an accompanying paying ticketed adult for New York Jets games and non-NFL events. So like if they had a concert. So it gets up to 34 inches. There's 2 feet, or what did I just say? Yeah, 34 inches, excuse me. I don't want to say anything like an idiot. That's straight from the Jets. So if they're 34 inches or shorter, they're in for free. If they are not, unfortunately, you have to pay full price. There's no child price. It's the same price. So just keep that in mind as well for this Jets ticket tailgate spectacular. Pull out your rulers, 34 inches or shorter, and you're good to go. Just want to throw that out there in the universe. All righty. Here we are. Yeah. Yeah, that is it's just under 3 feet if you want to do it that way. Just under 3 feet. There you go. Here's the math of it. All right, let's go back to the phone lines here. Scotty, coming off of that from Philly Noodles, says, no Keenan Allen, no thank you.
Philly had some nice takes, but yeah, that one I don't agree with. I do think that there is dialogue going on, and they do need some vets. But in terms of the tailgate, just some parental advice. This is not legal counsel advice because I'm legal counsel. I don't want to get in trouble. Sure. But as a parent, if you want to keep your kids up, good time to start the coffee intake. If they're over the 34 inches. Sure. But if you want to go in a different direction and you want them sleeping, you might want to put a little toddy in there, fruit punch. So go either way on that. Not legal advice. Remember, that is parental advice. Of course.
By the way, the game is at 1 o'clock, folks. For this particular game, last year we did a night game, which was crazy, but this one will be a 1 o'clock game. So I don't know how nap time works for parents out there and your children. So factor that in. But yeah, 1 o'clock.
Now, in terms of this reference, this is totally because of Pop, I know you're on our bandwagon, but I just wanted to get a count. How many more days do we have, Boy Green, till we have to see the heinous green that will not be spoken? Like, how many more days do we have? Are you keeping track?
Yeah, I believe it's 358, but who's counting?
Okay, well, at least we know that we have that eyesore to be avoided. But thank you, Pop, for reminding us of your 0.0 prediction, because I know you moved up your prediction with the Knicks, who are actually still in the playoffs. What is the amount of math that we need to use for the Celtics actually being playing this game? That would be 0.0.
That would be 0.0.
That would be 0.0. So sorry about that, Boy Green, but I told you,
I understand.
Pop, I wouldn't say anything, but he had to come back in. He dove back in.
Of course.
Happy birthday, Pop. So getting to the Jets, I mean, I think we need some of the people that you have that are really watching the OTAs, looking at Leonard Taylor III.
My boy.
Let me say, I saw a guy who looks a lot stronger than he looked last year. He was a little pup last year, but I think he's going to be the guy next to Quinnen. I think he's going to be our run stuffer. Wow, ask your guys what he looks like. He's not looking the same. He's looking like he put on 10 pounds of muscle. And also, we have guys who are going to set the edge this year because our guy Will McDonald has put on some weight. You've talked about that, right?
Yeah, he's in the 250-ish plus range. I wrote a piece about him last night. We'll see what the official weight is, because official on the Jets website is listed at 245, but they have a physical coming up in about 3 weeks, so there will be an update in weight there. And then Aaron Glenn said the 15 plus. So Rich Cimini says he's in the 250-ish range, so that'll be like 255, 260. And apparently his speed looks great. He had 3 sacks. He dominated the other OTA practice, so apparently it looked awesome.
So I think between Leonard Taylor III and Will McDonald, I think they're really focusing on what the lack of run stuffing was last year. But I would still like to see what's out there. Again, I am on the bandwagon of we need a couple of more vets in the room. I think it's a mistake, especially in the wide receiver room. I mean, Garrett is an elite wide receiver, but I would like to get somebody with Josh Reynolds. And I'm telling you, Keenan Allen is the Brandon Marshall 2.0. So sorry, Philly. I like your other takes. And by the way, Philly pretzels are really good. What is the Philly noodles reference?
That's a good point. I'm not sure. Maybe you can explain how he ended up with that nickname. I'm not sure.
Next Friday. Let's ask.
I guess that's going to be the time. That's a good point. Wait a second. Indy Jets, he's back.
What's going on, fellas?
See, I respect Indy Jet because Pop gets on the line. I don't know if you saw the interaction. Indy Jet got right in there, got right in Pop's face about the Celtics because of his 0.0001% chance that the Knicks had. I read it. Indy, I respect you. I'm looking forward to the Knicks coming back tonight, but man, I take my hat off to you. I got no problem with you, Indy Jet. I have been looking at Halliburton jerseys after that first game, but still rooting for my team.
That's we're always, it's just like the Jets. If we're 1-16 or 16-1, we're all gonna bleed green. That's just what we do. With the other teams, whether it's Knicks or that Boston team, I forget who they are. They're at home watching TV.
358 days to go.
Yeah. I can't even remember who that other team is there in Boston, but anyway, we have our own other teams that we continue to support. I've been a longtime Cubs fan, and and the sorry losers that the Cubs were for so many years. We get the one series, and we'll live and die with that one. That's kind of like the Jets, that's just what we do. And so, when we support our teams, we live by them and we die by them.
That's true. Amen.
I disagree.
But I will say this, Scotty.
Yes, sir.
I still believe that this Knicks-Pacers game is going to be the best series out of all of it.
That one game was the best game in the whole playoff.
OKC and Minnesota's been awful so far. Good Lord. So, we'll see.
I think either team's going to be going up against OKC. I mean, I was hoping Minnesota Timberwolves were going to get there, but they're elite. Oh, my God. Their defense is going to be a problem either way. But, look, we're going 6 or 7 games. I think we're mirror images of each other. I mean, if you look at the mental toughness that it took to come back from that, I mean, you guys were down by like 15 points with
17. Yeah, 17 points.
With 3 minutes left. I mean, it was unbelievable. I just was literally staring at what the Knicks did in games 1 and 2, and I was like, they're not going away. So, look, I'm excited about the series. I still think the Knicks are going to win, but I think Indy's going to give us tons of problems. And maybe that will be good for either team, because if you're going up against OKC, you want to be ready. That team is no joke, man. They are really putting it to Minnesota.
Well, and the problem with this series is that no matter who comes out of this series, whether it's the Pacers or the Knicks, they're going to be beat up because we're going to beat each other up to get through this series. And you look at what they're doing out west. It's just not, it's not the physical kind of ball that these two teams are playing, and not saying that they're not conditioned or anything like that. But when you go through if this thing goes 7 games, no matter who comes out, who wins this game, they're going to be tired.
I have a different take, though, on that. I mean, I appreciate that point, but think about this, okay? A lot of times you see playoff teams that are sitting around on the sideline, had it easy, right? Get a bye, and they don't look as good as the team that literally went up against it. And I think the Knicks, I can't speak to the Pacers because I wasn't watching them all year. I'm watching the game 1, and they look like they're track stars. The Knicks were built for this. They literally, I mean, Aaron Glenn's quote is perfect for the Knicks. I mean, they literally play 40 minutes. Their stars play 40 minutes every game. So I don't think this series is going to, unless there's an injury. I think this series for the Indiana Pacers and for the Knicks, whoever makes it through, I think that's going to be good against OKC. You might steal a game or 2 at the beginning.
Yeah, the Knicks and Pacers are a little bit different. Pacers have a deeper bench, so you guys average, you have several 40-minute players, high 30s. And so, that's, like I said, though, it's not just about sitting there and resting and coming out looking weak. I think physically, just not necessarily mentally beat up, but these guys are going to beat each other up, and you've got the West out there just kind of cruising, so to speak. So whoever it is that goes out on top, let's hope it's the Pacers or but it's going to be an exciting game tonight, and let's hope that
it's a must win. I mean, for our team, if we go down 2, I mean, it's gonna be really hard. But I think if the Knicks win, this is going 7. I mean, Boy Green said 7. I was hoping 6, but look, I do think OKC is going to be in for it. Either one of these teams is going to be pounding them. They're not getting that. It just looks like they're so much better than Minnesota.
Exactly.
So I think it's going to be a different series, whichever team makes it through. And like I said, I've been looking at Halliburton jerseys. Not happy to say that, but Boy Green, we need to get our friends, his mailing address because. I have to be prepared. And yes, I know Alon and your father will never let me live it down, but that's okay. I love my Knicks. I think they're playing basketball the way it's supposed to be played.
Well, Scotty, the real quick, Scotty, the other thing you have to remember, I don't know if my pop is still watching because it's out in Romania, but tomorrow's the Hop on Pop show, so you can float your bet opportunity to him to see if he will take it. We will see.
Too late. He went into hiding. He had an opportunity. He had 2 series to bet me, and now if we're down 0-2, come on.
He ducked you. Yeah, fair enough.
He ducked me. Not Indy. Indy didn't duck me.
That's true. Indy's a man. He's a man's man.
But hey, it's all in good fun, guys. BG, do you have an email that we can email? But
yes,
I didn't see it in your channel.
Okay, that's all right. I'm dropping it right now on YouTube, so you guys are going to be all able to see that. I just put it in there, so that is my email that you guys can reach out to.
That way, when whoever wins this series, we'll shoot it to BG, and then he can share that.
All right,
he can share the address of it. I'll share my address, so you can just go ahead and send that to me.
Yeah.
And a big thank you to Indy for not piling on when Pop did what he did today. But I really respect the way you handled it. I would have done the same. And Alon, 1958 is a significant year. You should go look that up for the Hawks. They're a good team. Yeah,
BG, I don't know if you saw my comment on there, Pops. I asked Pop what the percentage was going to be that the Knicks were going to win, and he said he didn't go 0.0, but he went 0.0001.
Oh, wow.
To which I responded, Boy Green, if you want to go back and take a look. But that would be 0.0000 for the Celtics, right?
That's what I put too. I said that's still a better shot than what the Boston team's got right now.
Touche. You guys have the high ground, as they say. So appreciate it, Indy, Scotty. Thank you. Oh boy, he did it to himself. There's no one else to blame. We got 400 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, baby. Spread the love of all things Boy Green Daily. Let's go back to the phone lines. Easy is here on the program. What's up, Easy? Loving the
new headset.
Ooh, new headset. Nice. Okay.
Yep. Right, the mic's working good now? That's good.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Sounds great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, hey, if you could forward my email address to Woody so that we can talk, because I'm sure you don't want to just give his address out over the media.
I actually don't even know his address. So, yes, but I'll get your contact info over to him.
Yeah, because $300, that's the ticket and the food.
Yep. For the $300 per person, you get the Jets ticket, obviously, to the game, which is Week 5, Jets Cowboys, October 5th, Sunday, 1 p.m. You get the tailgate ticket, which is all the food and drink you want before the game, and then it is the T-shirt, the Jets Cowboys T-shirt you'll get. So all that's in there for the 300 bones.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That'd be a nice thing to frame up on a wall, 100%.
Remember it. It should be awesome. Yeah.
I know Richie from Jets Media. You've met Richie, right?
Of course, yeah. I don't know if in person, actually. Right. We've done stuff together, but I'm not sure if I ever met him in person. But he seems like a nice guy.
He's actually getting field passes.
For what?
For his visit. He's
Which game is
together
he doing?
What we're doing.
Yeah.
I think he's doing the Panthers game, I believe.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Or is that Jake Asman? One of them's doing the Panther game. But I know he's getting field access, which is I don't know.
Awesome.
I don't know if that's a big deal or not. It's like I don't really need to be on the field at MetLife. I might turn my ankle or something.
That's true. That could be dangerous, but that's cool. Yeah, I'll look into that. That's cool
have
that
a
Richie's doing that.
non-contact injury.
Yeah, we don't want any of those at either. Yeah, we don't want either of those at any point, but specifically at our ages, that does not sound good. So let's avoid that.
Now, I want you to make a promise though that you will taste coffee for the first time at the.
Is this hot coffee or iced coffee? I've tried neither.
It's going to be Irish coffee. I'm going to be sneaking in a small little flask of Jameson.
Oh, I see.
So if because Irish coffee is a combination of coffee, Jameson, heavy cream, and some sugar with whipped cream on top. Now we don't need the whipped cream. It's nice if we have it, but I'm not going to be sneaking that in. I'll be sneaking my flask in.
I'm all for it. By the way, apparently I'm being told, Hep says Jake Asman is doing the Panthers game, apparently. So I don't know which one Richie is doing. So we'll have to see. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anybody else's thing, but I'll be trying to look around and see who else is doing what.
I think Jake is also doing the Tampa game.
He is, yeah. Because who's one of our Florida people? I think it's Indy. Indy's the one that's going to that. So that's awesome. Yeah. So he's doing a couple. It sounds like.
Yeah, I may if I have enough money. Since I'm in North Carolina, I'm kind of halfway.
Yeah.
There's an old joke. What do you call a guy that moves from New York to Florida and then from Florida to North Carolina?
What's that?
They call him a halfback. He only moved halfway back.
That's funny. I like that.
Because I've been here 26 years, so I'm a damn Yankee. I'm one of them Yankees that came down here and then didn't friggin' leave.
Yeah.
Because I'm originally from Seaford, New York, which is one of the oldest towns in the United States, established in 1643.
Mm-hmm.
That's only like 2 or 3 years after Plymouth Rock.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, it's an old town, nice town.
Hey, but, real quick, where are you at in North Carolina? Where are you at? Indy Jets is asking.
I am in a small town called Zebulon, which is about, if I take Highway 64, I get by the inner belt line in Raleigh in about 15, 20 minutes, depending upon traffic.
All right, there you go. So shout out to him.
I'm east of Raleigh.
Okay, nice. Okay, good. Because again, we have a lot of us Jet fans. You, Woody, Indy. There's a bunch of you guys down there. So hopefully it all works out.
Well, I know Richie from Southern Jet.
Rich Berger. Oh, yeah, I forgot about him too. Right, obviously there's
Richie Berger. Yeah. I used to call him Heart Attack Rich because he would get so mad during the Jet games, his face would get all red and everything. It was
so here's this, by the way. Indy says he's near Charlotte with Philly Noodles, so they said they're far away from you.
Right, but I'm close to Woody. Woody's in Carborough, which is right near Chapel Hill.
Oh, okay.
So I'm about an hour from Woody.
All right. We'll see if it all works out. That'd be great.
He's got to pass by me to go up north. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if he's driving or flying, but yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, if we decide to drive, if we can get one more guy, 3 people in a carpool is perfect. You don't want 4, but 3 is good.
Yeah.
Because then you could switch driving and shotgun.
Sure, right. Yeah, that sounds like a good time. Again, if you guys all decide to go, we just need cameras. We need cameras, baby.
Yeah. Well, we all got our phones, man. Our phones are cameras.
True. We could get plenty of content.
Unless someone has a really nice camcorder to like record it, and then you can give all that information to Snowball or Gator, and then they could take it and make some things out of it because those guys are video whizzes.
Yeah. A lot more than me. Yeah, that'll be a good time.
Back to football quick, and then I'll let somebody else on because it's 8:30 and you got to go. What? Do you go to work today?
Yeah. Not on Monday though. So Monday I don't. Yeah, because of Memorial Day, of course.
All right. So, I've heard conflicting stories about Justin Fields. Most of them have been very positive, though. So I don't go with the negative Nancy's on that one. I think the kid's going to be good. I mean, it's a whole new system. Probably his 4th system in 6 years he's been in the league now. 5, 6 years. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I really think that Aaron Glenn is trying to put together a program where he treats these men like men, but there is also that balance of accountability if they slack. Because I think the problem with Robert Saleh was he was a great schematic for the defense. He really was. You can't take that away from him because he turned the defense around. But he was just too nice. Just too nice. I'm sure he was tough behind the scenes, but sometimes, it's okay to like give somebody a cross-eyed look on the sideline in front of everybody to, let them know you're irritated. There's nothing wrong with that. As long as you do not make a personal attack on someone. You can attack them. I mean, coach them. I call it coaching them up. You can give a little tough love coaching on the sideline in front of everybody as long as you don't embarrass the player. And that's where Aaron Glenn is very good at coaching, giving some tough love, but he'll never embarrass his players, which is one of the things that the players love about him, is that he does not embarrass them, treats them like adults, and at the same time treats them like football players too, under his command.
Respect.
So it's a mutual respect, and I think that is going to go a long way. He's really good. I just, from what I've seen so far and heard, I think that this team is going to have 8-9 wins this year. I don't think that we're I think we could. I think we're going to be in the hunt. I think we might actually be in the playoffs at a point and in the hunt. On that bubble between getting in the playoffs and being in the hunt. I really think that this team is going to be good because we have that really good core that we've still had. Just remember, I think 2 years ago, Woody Johnson said this is the best, most talented team that he's ever put on the field.
Yeah, he did.
So we look at it this way. We got the great offensive players. We got a really good offensive line coach, which these guys like. They seem to really like this new O-line coach. That is going to do wonders. I mean, if you like a guy, you'll go through a wall for him. And I think that's a lot of what the Jets were lacking the last couple of seasons. They were just like, they felt like they were in futility. It was a joke. They didn't respect the coaches. They didn't publicly say it, but they didn't respect them.
No, it feels like you're right. But hopefully things are turning around, our guy Easy. So, yes, I will send your information over to Woody, and we'll make that happen, baby. We 100% will. All right, here it is. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play teacher, okay? And, again, I told you guys for this Jets tailgate that anyone who showed interest, I reach out to you via email. I'm going to call your name, and I'm going to say your name out here, so hopefully this catches your attention of someone that expressed interest and gave me their email, and I reached out, and I haven't heard back yet. So, folks, just make sure you check your emails. Jimmy Sags, okay? Jimmy Sags, you're on the list here of people. Mahar Khalil, you're another person on the list I have not heard back from yet. Emmanuel Holcomb, you're on here. Ed Vargas, my guy, you're another guy. Lee Van, you're also on this list. I'm going to butcher your name here, pal. I apologize. Tirsum Rivera Kagias, I have not heard from you. Melissa Camcho, we just heard from Jay Boy, so he's in. Okay, he's all taken care of. Jersey Jet, and I have a Daryl Funyi. I think both of these are the same person, but either way, I've heard from neither of you. John Burek, okay, you're here on this list as well. Quessy Caps, I have not heard from you either. Dick Chimney's Burner, I have not heard from you yet as well. Barbara Bartuska, I have not heard from you. And Shaquille Jones, Noah Fox, I have not heard from you. And James Kennedy. That wraps up the list. Again, these people said they had interest in a Jets game. They provided me their info. I've not heard back, so make sure you people, the names I mentioned, you guys reach out to me via email. Again, that's James Kennedy here. Noah Fox. Let's see. Shaquille Jones is on this list. Barbara's on this list. Dick Chimney's Burner, a.k.a. David Roche, is on this list. Quessy Caps is on this list. Jersey Jet / Daryl Funye. John Burek, you're on this list. Melissa Camcho. Tirsum Rivera Kagias. Lee Van. Ed Vargas. Emmanuel Holcomb. Mahar Khalil. You guys are on my list. So, again, please reach out ASAP via email. Answer my email or reach out to me if you did not receive an email so we could get back to you. My people. There you go. Excellent. So looking forward to it. Yes. Yes. There we go. All right. Beautiful. Well, I can't wait to lock all this down. It's going to be awesome. It's cool that all these fellow Jets content creators are doing other games as well. It's going to be cool. Support your fellow Jets content creators. Let's watch games together. Let's kick ass. Let's have a good time. And again, if you have interest and you have not reached out or you're just finding out about this now, you can reach out. It is $300 per person. You get a Jets ticket to Week 5, Jets Cowboys, 1 o'clock Sunday, October 5th. You get a tailgate ticket. Food and drink catered by our guy, Chef Kevin Gilbert. He's going to be doing an awesome job with an amazing menu. Plus, we'll have a commemorative New York Jets, Dallas Cowboys t-shirt for each and every one of you that has a ticket as well. So all of that is fair game, baby. Make sure you jump on the train. 2-2. Speaking of jumping on the train, Johnny Boy here for game 2. What's up, Johnny?
What up, BG? Just your friendly reminder of let's go Knicks. Bing bong, blue skies, orange skies, all day, every day, man. So, yeah, let's go Knicks. I did have a question though.
Yes.
What is a camcorder?
Yes, the old camcorder. There's a lot of these young people out in the audience that are unaware of the camcorder. Now, camcorders have been used for all kinds of things over the world of time. And the official definition, let's get it from the internet here on a camcorder, okay? It's a self-contained portable electronic device with video recording as its primary function. There you go. That is your camcorder, baby.
Oh, all right. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, appreciate you, man. Shout out to Snowball.
Sure.
He's in there. Talk about, great, I get to do more work.
I laughed when I saw that. I'm going to highlight that in a second. That was hilarious.
Oh, man. Hey, this is it's a good day, man. Hey, it's the start of the summer this weekend, so.
Hey, by the way, not to call you out here, but it's a weird way to do it. Johnny, are you coming? Are you coming to the tailgate?
Dude, it's that week. I don't even think I'm going to be in the States, man.
Oh, right. Oh, yeah, we talked about that, right, as potential boo-boos. Well, if you can't, that's all right. But if you can, that'd be great to see you again, Johnny boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it looks like fun, dude. I definitely want to go because of the chef's food, man.
Oh, my God. Neil said that yesterday. That really is the real sell. Who gives a shit about the game, T-shirts, this, that? It's the food. And I'm starving. I need to eat breakfast more. And, oh, man, that chef menu. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man. That sounds.
Can't wait.
I don't even know what's on the menu, but
exactly.
I know the chef is going to be cooking, so it don't matter.
That's true. Don't matter. We'll have that finalized here shortly. Hopefully before, I guess, the ticket gate, because then that might get some people on, too. So can't wait. But, Johnny, what's your prediction for this evening?
We get that dub, baby.
There you go.
Straight
Eat the W.
James Winston, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you know who I like that calls in, man?
Who's that?
Scott.
You cut out there. Who do you like?
Scott Mayhem.
Oh yeah, Scotty. Yeah, Scotty Too Hottie.
Yeah, dude, that dude's good people, man. And Mayhem, man. You could tell Indy, screw the Pacers. I hate the Pacers, bro. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's it. Let it fly. I like all the respectfulness. That's nice. But come on, man. Let's get some trash talk. Let's get some juice.
Skippy. Everybody knows what time it is, man. All right, go Knicks. Peace.
There you go. Bing bong. There you go. Johnny boy gracing us with his presence here on the show. And yeah, let's get that. Let's get that. Yeah, I saw that. So EZ, when he was joining us, he said, "Oh man, we could do a road trip, and we'll get a bunch of that footage on the road trip, and yeah, we'll throw it over to Snowball. Yeah, they can figure it all out. They're editing wizards, like they can figure it out." And I saw, there it is. EZ giving me more work. Love it. Oh, that was funny. Beautiful. All right. Just beautiful. Not Alan here. Thunder Lips, there's a few other people. Paul, if I'm already going to the game, can I just get tailgate tickets? Yes, that is possible. Reach out to me via email. That again, I put my email in there, but I'll say it one more time. For people that are interested in Jets tickets or Jets tailgate tickets or both, you guys can reach out to my email. That is Paul, A the letter, ESDENJR at gmail.com. Paul, A the letter, ESDENJR at gmail.com. Paul, A, ESDENJR at gmail.com. For tailgate tickets, Jets tickets, or the combo platter, feel free to do so and we'll make it happen. Awesome. Thank you, Thunderlips, and anyone else. I think Nate was asking about that too. So, yes, that is another possibility. So, guys, you can check it out. Thanks to the nearly 500 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe, and we'll be back on for a Romanian Hop on Pop Boy Green Daily tomorrow morning. It should be a doozy. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and we'll see you. Take care.